सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। चैंटिंग अन्न ब्रह्म उपासना। ओम अन्नम न निंद्यात। दिस इज सेवेंथ अनुवाक ऑफ शिक्षा वल्ली तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद। अन्नम न निंद्यात तद्व्रतम प्राणो वा अन्नम शरीरमन्नादं प्राणे शरीरं प्रतिष्ठितं शरीरे प्राण प्रतिष्ठितः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतिष्ठति। अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नन्न परिचक्षीत तद्व्रतम् आपो वा अन्नं ज्योतिरन्नादम् अप्सु ज्योतिः प्रतिष्ठितं ज्योतिष्यापः प्रतिष्ठिताः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतिष्ठति। अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नं बहुकुर्वीत तद्व्रतं पृथिवी वा अन्नम् आकाशोऽन्नादः पृथिव्यामाकाशः प्रतिष्ठितः आकाशे पृथिवी प्रतिष्ठिता तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतिष्ठति। अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तरीय कारण्य अंतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद। ओम यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मया आचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ओम अथ प्रथमा शिक्षावल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः प्रथमोऽनुवाकः। With all devotion, bring your mind, concentrate, chant the mantra. Om Shanno Mitrah Sham Varunah Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnururukramah Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Saluting to the Lord, entire Guru Parampara. Om Shri Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Shri Samasta Brahma Vidya Acharyabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Namaha. Vedavyasa Yagnavalkya Vaishampayana Adya Shankaracharya Varyadi Gurubhyo Namaha. Mitra Varuna Aryamadi Devatabhyo Namaha. We have seen Samhita Upanishad also to the extent we could see. Now, in this fourth Anuvaka, which we started yesterday, the Shruti Mata is guiding us in invoking the grace of Pranava Omkara to be blessed with both the inner wealth of Medha and the outer wealth of Shri. So, we have to do our effort of gaining these two. Then we have to invoke the grace of those specific Devata Shaktis to bless us with these two. In the Vedic Kala, Om is the inclusion of all gods. Therefore, Om was enough for them to pray for anything. That's how in this very Upanishad, after 3 or 4 Anuvakas, we will see the Mahima of the Om, that it is the one which is used in every aspects, including the warfare also. By chanting Om only, then the arrow is shot. Like that we will see. Later on in the Purana Kala, we have for Dhana the Lakshmi Devi, for the Vidya Saraswati Devi, for the Medha Sri Dakshinamurti, for Shanti, Lord Shiva; for Dharma, Sri Rama; for dynamism, it is Bhagavan Krishna. So that's how later on lot of Devatas were invoked for us after Pauranika Kala. That's how. But in the Vedic Kala, Om. So our effort, second is invoking their grace. But always we have to see that the third point is important, where when we are blessed with Medha and Shri, what for they have to be used? Is it not? In today's world, this most relevant topic. All the people or the jivas in the time of evolution, when they have come up to this time now, so much of Shri people have got and also Medha they have got. But all of that is used for everything other than for Bhagavan. Therefore, the same Shri and Medha becoming cause of destroying the Prakriti also, destroying the peace within also, and destroying mutual relations as well as entire charm of the life. That is why yesterday we shared this thought ki what we have is not important, but what do we do with what we have? Therefore, be clear of what you want to achieve, what you want to do. Then ask for what you need to do that. If not, then we get everything, but that alone becomes cause of problem, dukkha. That discretion, if we lack it, then we become our own bitter enemies. And in unambiguous words, we have seen the Shri, the Dhana Kamana is asked in the Vedic Kala only for performing the yajnas in a bigger way, in which we serve the world and clear our debts, and we, through those doings, we clear all our inner, whatever the prarabdha samskara are there, and through all these yajna, what is achieved is the shuddhi of our antakarana. Antakarana shuddhi is no raga dvesha, and full of concentration, and also full of the dynamism, brightness. In the language of Bhagavata, till yesterday we studied, today also we may have that class about the gunas, the sattva guna prapti. Remember, through continuously when the yajnas are done and mantrocharana is done, and in that the devatas are invoked and the sankalpa is done for the welfare of society, in the flow of that, all the I and me and mine, these all get washed off. Till they get washed off, we have to keep on doing yajna. For that, we need the wealth. Therefore, Shri Kamaha. In today's world, the wealth for the upasanas, etc. Use it very good. Then the Medha Shakti again can be misused for the scientific investigations or material growth. The same Medha can be utilized to discover the Lord or the truth or reality. And absolutely, we and I know now ki how much of Medha Shakti of the Buddhi and the concentration of the mana and good position of our Indriyas and Deha required for the spiritual pursuit. The Vedanta शरीर भी ठीक होना चाहिए, उसके लिए इंद्रियां भी ठीक होना चाहिए. Then if the mind is even little in the nidra mode of tamas, at the rajoguna mode of distraction, disturbance, and no sattva guna of alertness, quietness, even listening to a class, even understanding one sentence also becomes difficult. Is it not? How much of medhas is required here, and how much we have to protect the medha shakti by not allowing it to misuse or get distracted. And not one day, today, throughout life. Now you remember why they go to forest and remain in that state of shuddha sattva guna for a long period of time. Then only the abilities, the subtle abilities to be able to concentrate, meditate on the higher truths is possible. And we in the towns and all, with all our hundreds of works put on our head, involvements involved in where is the Medha Shakti. The thing is not to blame, but we must know it. And you people anyway know it, but we know it little more than you all, because for us to be able to study and remember the thoughts and the shlokas and explain it consistently, if even little disturbance, distraction happens, it becomes so difficult for, because whether it is yours or ours, the antakarna is made up of the same matter. Anytime it is prone for the disturbances in the same way, then with the disturbed mind, as much you cannot listen or understand, so to the acharyas cannot speak and explain. And that's why the disciples were expected to do such type of seva or behavior to Guru, that the Guru's Medha Shakti is always conserved for conveying the Tattva Gnana through the Shastra Upadesha, not disturbing the Guru, not troubling him. If these nagging disciples, troubling, disturbing disciples are there, बेचारा गुरुज आधा दिमाग उसी में जाएगा. It is true whether anybody. When mind is used, it is exhausting its energies. When the mind is disturbed, the disturbed mind cannot do work effectively, anything it is. And those gurus, acharyas, in many lives of sadhana, when they got complete control over the antakarana, the yoga siddhya कहते हैं, samyamita mana, then there are few very different categories they are. Except them, but for all others, the Medha Shakti required. And the Medha of Guru is he should be able to know the Upanishad, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, and then the disciples, their ability, their nature, the context in mind. सब याद रखकर सत्संग करना होता है. And this subject is not like any maths, physics, chemistry, all. This is something very sublime, deep. So, what we are trying to say is need of Medha, need of Shri, but for that we also work and gain them. We invoke the grace of Paramatma to bless us with them. More important is conserving them and making the highest and right use of them. The Shri, if it is used for the Kama, so too the Medha is used for only an Artha Kama, then we have not understood the final purpose of life or these things. So with this background, we one more thought we convey, which was said yesterday, along with Brahma Vidya, the Shruti Mata also tells us the importance of Medas as well as Sri, and tells us the techniques also to gain them. Therefore, don't say that Upanishad talk only Brahma Vidya and Baki जो व्यवहार की चीजें नहीं हो. देखो मेधा and Shri is required. How to use also. So completeness of Upanishad I am talking. Right from the beginning where we studied Siksha Adhyaya, all aspects. Even about the Annam Brahma, just now we chanted no Anna Brahma Upasana, and then in two places. End of the first Valli, end of the three Valli, third Valli. All the Sadachara will be taught to us. So that's how the Vilakshanata of the Taittiriya Upanishad. Every Upanishad is unique in that way, in their own way. This Upanishad's Vilakshanata is Sadachara is taught, wealth management is taught, intelligence management is taught, Brahma Vidya is taught through the Panchakosha Viveka, Panchabhuta Viveka. See how many things that are there. Only we have to be aware. Means the rishis of those times, This technology of today they may not have, but then as regard the essentials of the life are concerned, whether the life of Vyavahara or Adhyatmakata, they are masters. That is why our salutations to them and our effort to understand their contribution of these Shastras. Now, let us, with all respect, reverence, chant this mantra, YASCHHANDASAAM Rishabho, and see the Bhashya meaning and thoroughly understand it. And as we said, have a target, keep on doing the japa of that mantra. And I'm telling you, definitely it will benefit, there's no doubt. Start. ॐ अथ चतुर्थोऽनुवाकः ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भोरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय. Up to this it is Medha Kama Japa Mantra. After this comes Sri Kama Homa Mantra. Let us chant that also. Om Avahante Vitanvana Kurvana Chiramatmanah Vasagam Simamagavascha Annapane Cha Sarvada Tato Me Shriyamavaha Lomasham Pashubhissaha Swaha Amayantu Brahmacharina Swaha विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा यशोजने सानि स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोसानि स्वाहा तन्ताभगप्रविशानि स्वाहा समाभग प्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निभगाहं त्वयि मृजे स्वाहा यथाप प्रवतायन्ते यथा मासा अहर्जरम् एवं मां ब्रह्मचारिणः धातरायन्तु सर्वत स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि प्रमाभाहि प्रमापद्यस्व. These are the two most beautiful and useful mantras of these Upanishad for everyone. So, Sambandha Bhashya was seen. Now we straight away enter into Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya to the Medha Kamana Japa Mantra. So, Yaha, we have seen yesterday, Chandasam. Yaha means that Omkara, that Pranava, that name of the Lord or Alambana of the Paramatma, Pratik of the Paramatma, Om, Yaha, that one, Chandasam, Vedanam, Rushabha, Iva Rushabha. We explained yesterday, it is Rushabha, Iva Rushabha, as we said yesterday, because of the bull, all the other bull jati, cows and calves and everything are born sustaining. In the same way, Vedas are all in the mantras. Mantras are all in the Shabdas. Shabdas are all in the Auma. Auma together is called as Om. Just like is the bull for all the cows, so too is the Omkara for all the mantras of Veda. Therefore, this bull is the bull, Rishabha among all the cows, the Shrestha. Therefore, Om is the Rishabha for all the Veda mantras. Shrestha. Because from the Om, everything comes. In the Om, all Veda mantras. Into the Om only they enter into. That is why Yo Veda Adau Swaraha Proktaha. That Swara which was spoken before the Veda. Then from that Vedas came. Then Veda Antecha Pratishtitaha. All Vedas dissolve, but this Om remains. That is called Om. Om Yo Veda Dosara Proktaha Veda Antecha Pratishtitaha. And Tasya Prakritinasya Paraha Samaheshwara. Holding on to the Om, Even when we transcend the Om Nada, Om Rupa, all that, then we go into the experience of Parabrahma. So he's not Samaheshwara, that is the next mantra there. So this is understood Chandasam Rishabha is the Om word, Om Akshara, Om sentence, Om syllabus, Om name, Om support, Om Pratika is Rishabha of all the Vedas. So Om Sahara, Om Ashraya, if you take that Om will bless us with the Jnana of the Sakala Veda. That's how many of the great seekers do the Pranava Upasana. Om is both Akshara Brahma, Akshara Brahma. We have explained it yesterday and also we saw in Kata Upanishad. Now this Chandasam Rishabha Omkara is called Vishwarupaha. He is of the Vishwarupaha. Vishwarupa is Sarvarupaha. He is of the form of everything. Everything is its form only. Why? Sarva Vivag Vyaptehe. Because all the forms in the world are permeated by all the names. All the names are permeated by the speech, and the entire vak or speech is Vyapta, permeated by this Omkara. Sarvavag Vyaptehe. Therefore, Om is Vishwarupaha. Therefore, here only we have to understand whenever Pranava Upasana is done, immediately we have to bring into our cognition Pranava Omkara is the one from whom all the namas have come, and from the nama only all the rupas have come, and the all namas include every of the Pauranika devatas, every of the devatas whom in general we invoke for different purposes. All devatas names are again names only, all names are again Om only. Therefore, Sarva Vagvyapte. Thus, Omkara Ucharana is equal to Ucharana of the Nama of every devata. When we are conscious of it. Means when I am saying Om, mouth is chanting. What is the mind doing? What is the intellect doing at that time? Sleeping or distracted? That mind and intellect should think about these things. The intellect should tell convincingly, the mind should feel devotionally. In this Om, which I am chanting, included the names of all devatas, included the name of Parabrahma himself. So, Nirguna Brahma, Saguna devatas, all their names are in this Omkar when we chant. This is not there in the other names of Rama, Krishna, and all. Only Pranava has got both Sarguna, Niguna. Rama, Krishna ultimately are Parabrahma only. Those names also, if you etymologically derive, you can get again the meaning as Brahma. Sarve Ramanti Asminiti Ramaha, Karshanath Krishnaha, they all anyway there. But not in this way that Nirguna Brahma, Saguna Devata, all are in one name, that is Om. That is why Sarvarupaha or Vishwarupaha. Then why only Om did not continue? Why the Rama Krishna came? You don't ask that question. In the Purana Kala, Puranas came. People were interested in that. They wanted variety. It came. Because Rama and Krishna came, Om did not disappear. Keep that in mind. Om is intact even now with the same power. You do Om. Don't worry about others. Before, Idli Dosha came out, the rice was there. Why did the Idli Dosha came? Don't ask. Rice is still there with its own power. You take it. This way. So, Vishwarupaha, Sarvarupaha, Sarvavag Vyapti. Now, understanding that Sakala Vak is in Omkara, itself is Omkara Upasana. And the attention while speaking any Vak can be on the Om. That becomes second Upasana. Sarvavag Vyapte, therefore Sarvarupaha, Vishwarupaha. We have explained Om Yaschandasam Rishabha, Om Vishwarupaha. Two are explained. Now the third one, what? Example is given Tadyatha Shankuna iti Shrutyantaratu. So Chandogya Upanishad mantra of Shanku we explained that skeleton part of this leaf supporting the entire leaf. In the same way, Omkara is that portion which is supporting the entire body of languages of any bhasha. एनी पद एनी वाक्य ऑफ एनी एनिमल्स बर्ड्स आल्सो इन सब के लिए लाइक हर एक पत्ता का शंकु होता है सेम वे हर एक भाषा जो भी हो पशु पक्षियों का उसका सबका ये जो substrate and support है Om. Therefore, it's called a Vishwarupa. In this way, the bhavana has to be done for the Om. Respect, reverence also has to be developed for the Omkar. And on the higher meditations, or when we study those deep sastras, how from Parabrahma the Nada came, Nada was Om, from the Om entire form, names came, from the name the Rupa came, that Drushti that will come, that is Mahayoga sadhanas. We are all not fit for that. If you want to do, you start from this life doing Yamani Yamadi, maybe after 100 lives, that Maha Uttama Sthiti will come where we are able to see the arrival of Nada and Omkara from Parabrahma, and that Om alone becoming Auma, and then they in combination becoming all words of the entire universe, and from those words all the forms are coming. At that level, the Rupanamatmaka Sakala Srushti Pranavaha Eva, that Anubhuti will come. And that Pranava is none other than Parabrahma. At that highest level of Pranavapasana, Parabrahma Anubhuti becomes easier through that. Another way of Anubhuti Parabrahma is what is taught in all the Upanishads, where the Upasana of Omkara, etc. is not there, only the Atma and Atma Viveka, Drashta Viveka, all these Pratibimba Vachetavadadi, through that the truth is revealed. Here Upasana ke dwara, Om Upasana ke dwara bhi, Medha you can get, Shri you can get, even Brahmanubhuti you can get. But this Omkara Upasana, say knowing Brahman, is not primary, not for Uttama Adhikari. It is only Madhyama Adhikari. Uttama Adhikari is direct contemplation inquiry. Very high level, sharp intellect. Those are not so little diluted, for them the Pranam Upasana. And we all belong to this only. Uttama Adhikari should have all the Viveka, all the Vairagya, all the Gambhirata, should be able to sit for contemplation for hours together and all. Yes, sir. Now, iti ataha eva rushabhatvam omkarasya. So, like the Shankuru, all the leaves, the Omkara is the substratum for all the names, consequently all the forms. Therefore, the Om is called as Rushabha. Atayeva Omkaratvam Rushabhatvam Omkarasya. Here, the Rushabhatvam Omkarasya is an independent sentence, which we have to pause and feel. Omkarasya Rushabhatvam. Clear? Rushabhatvam Omkarasya. Rushabhatvam is equal to Shreshtatvam. Therefore, Om that so became the most Shreshta mantra for given as the name to the Lord, as well as an Upasana or Upadi or sorry, Alamana for all of us to reach to the Lord. So, therefore, today, on this day of 8622, all of us once for all the life should be convinced that Om is the Rushabha. Rushabha is Shreshta. So there is no name of any Lord Shreshta than the Omkar. You do all, Krishna, Rama, Shiva, kuch bhi karo. But all of them come from Veda. According to Veda, the Rishabha twice to the Om. Therefore, no Nama is greater than Omkara. No ambiguity after that. As regard the conviction is concerned. After that, if you like Rama and Krishna, all you do. But Shrestata kisi ka nahi hai, sirf Omkar. Even Rama and Krishna every day morning सुबह उठ के वो भी ओमकार ही करते हैं because Vedas are eternal. स्वामी जी ओम बढ़िया है कि राम कृष्ण बढ़िया है अब नहीं पूछना ओम ही बढ़िया है क्लियर and every rupa name of Rama and Krishna become great only when Om is added to them and Namah is added to them. Rama 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 but Om Ramaya Namah is always greater. Om Krishnaya Namah is always greater. Okay. So, Rushabhatvam Pranamasya Omkarasya is established by now. Now, next one. Omkaro hi atra upasyaha iti Rushabhadi shabdaihi sutihi nyaya eva Omkarasya. This is what I said just now before chanting the mantra or bhashya. भाष्य पढ़े बिना ही भाष्य में क्या है वो हमको समझ में आ गया हमने अभी देखा व्हाट इज दैट ओंकारो ही ओंकार ही मीन्स वेरी द ओंकार itself अत्र in this particular context upasya should be done of the upasana iti. This is what is the conclusion to arrive at which Rishabha Adi Shabdaihi Stutihi. The stuti by the Shabda like Rishabha Adi are done, and Nyaya Eva Omkaras. So it is justifiable to do the stuti of Omkar as Rishabha because Omkara alone is the alamana for the upasana, in general for gaining Medha and Shri. Therefore, by logic also proved. What is logic there? Vishwarupaha. What is Vishwarupaha? Sarvavag Vyaptehe. So all Vag is Vyapta permeated by the Om. In other words, all the Vani Namas are in the Om. In other words, Om is the one from where everything is coming. Therefore, Om is Rishabha. So first you know it is Om. Second you know Om is Sarvavag Vyapta. Therefore, among all Shabdas with which the Vedas are made, Om is Rishabha. Om is Rishabha, prove ho gaya. Now, therefore, it is Upasya. Therefore, Upasya Rupena Omkara given is Nyaya. It is clearly logical. Therefore, logically told, understand, accept it. Then emotionally, devotionally, keep on doing Pranava Upasana. And to him, in this mantra and next mantra, we are asking Medha and Shri. First, the support of Om is given to us. His greatness, glory is given to us. One, we are holding on to him as strong support. That we seek from him. सूटीलाल उपासना हनुमान जी, पहले हनुमान जी का नाम सुनो, उनका रूप देखो, उनको, फिर उसके बाद उनका सपोर्ट ले लो. उनकी महिमा जानने से सपोर्ट बिकम स्ट्रॉन्गर. देन यू आस्क फ्रॉम हिम व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड, लाइक इन हनुमान चालीसा. फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग ऑनवर्ड श्री गुरु चरण, उसके बाद जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, ऑल दैट आर द ग्लोरी ऑफ हनुमान जी स्टोर्ड. Then toward the end, once we are getting the support of Hanuman ji as Upasya Deva, end में फिर हमको कहते हैं हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई, ना सही रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा. देन पैसारे प्रवेश इन्हीं के कृपा से राम जी के, राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, होदन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे. These are all the phala is told after we got the support of Hanumanji by knowing his greatness. So here also Om is told, Om sa sarvaya bhagatva, all that is told. Then we will pray to him what we want from him. So up to this is this clear. Atra upasya iti rishabhadi shabdaihi स्तुति न्याया एवं ओंकारस्या. ओंकार उपासना के लिए आलम्बन के रूप में जो बताया है वो लॉजिकल है, समझ लो. देन छंदोभ्यः आदि अमृतात् संभव हुआ. दिस आल्सो इज द महिमा ऑफ द ओंकार, टू सब्सटेंशिएट द महिमा ऑफ ओंकार, so that we take it as very strong support for our alambana. Om is very strong, but our holding on to the Om should be very strong to be blessed by it. Therefore, Chandobhya the Amrutat Sambhavava is the meaning. Then Samendro Meda, all that are the prayers will come later on. Anybody know, just in Bhagavad, yesterday we saw, or in Ramayana, that Sarameya, leadership of Lord Rama, Stuti of Rama. Today you will see how exhaustive. Then it will put up its problem or complaint. Everywhere. इन गीता है ना, what है, पहले प्रार्थना उपासना, उसके बाद उपासना एंड प्रार्थना, उसके बाद हमको जो चाहिए उनसे मांगना. ओके, देन व्हाट इज दैट? छंदोभ्यः वेदेभ्यः, वेदाः हि अमृतम, तस्मात् अमृतात् अधि संबभूव. सिंपल मीनिंग, छंदोभ्यः अधि अमृतात् संबभूव. दिस इज द मेन सेंटेंस. सो छंदोभ्यः, व्हाट आर छंदस? इज कॉल्ड वेदेभ्यः. So Chandobhya is equal to Vedebhya. Chandobhya is means from the Chandas. Is equal to Vedebhya is equal to from Vedas. Vedas, Vedahari Amrutam. Vedas are eternal. Understood? The Narayana Parabrahma is eternal. His Jnana expression is called Veda. Veda also are eternal. Here the Amrita is not the ambrosia Amrita which came out of the churning. After churning a Veda, what comes out is Omkara. Alag baat. Yeah, Amrita is immortality of the Vedas. Here clearly mentioned, Vedaha hi Amritam. Okay, yeah. Tasmad Amrutat Adhisambhabhuva. From that Amrita Swarupa Veda, the Omkara came out from the Vedas. How it has come, the explanation is given, which is very, very sublime. And in Puranas, this discussion happens more, and also in the very higher Vedic Veda mantras in the other kandas, other than the Upanishads, that comes. Now, listen carefully. The next portion is talking about how the Vedas have come, sorry, how the Omkara has come out of the Veda Amrita Rupi Veda. So Veda hi amrutaha tasmat amrutat adhi sambhavuva. Adi means very well, properly, beautifully. The Omkara came out of the Vedas which are called Amruta. Chandobhyaha adi amrutat sambhavuva. Amruta Swarupa Vedas. From them this Omkara came. Vedas came from Omkara, that is beginning. But later on, the essence of all Vedas is again given to us as Omkara only. So, like in any lecture, you give a statement ki what you are going to talk. Then you explain exhaustively. Then you conclude कि हम ये बोलने के लिए आए थे, बोल दिया था. In the same way. Now see, loka deva veda vyahurtibhyaha sarishtham jigrukshoho prajapatehe tapasyatah omkaraha sarishthtvena pratyabha iti arthaha. Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Loka means worlds. Deva means devatas. Veda means the Vedas themselves. Vyahurti means the special utterances of these Bhur Bhuva Swa words, again, which are the names of the three worlds. Sarishtham Jigrukshoho. To get the Sara of all these things, Prajapatehe Tapasyataha. When the Prajapati Brahmadeva was given the order to do the tapasya by the Narayana, Omkaraha Sarishtatvena Pratyabhat iti arthaha. The Sara of all the above was first received by Brahmadeva as the Omkara only. In that, that Omkaraschatha Sabdhascha Dvaveva Brahmanah Pura Kantam Bhitva Viniryatau Tasmad Mangalika Ubhau. All these in the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Athato Brahma Jignasa, that time it comes. So Om and Atha are the Shabdas which came out of the Brahmadeva's throat when he was doing tapasya as ordered by the Lord. And his tapasya was to get the essence of all these things, which are the Loka Deva Veda Vyahurtibhya Sarishtam Jigrukshoho. Hmm? Hmm. So, Loka Deva Veda Vyahurtibhya Sarishtam Jigrukshoho Prajavadehe Tapasyataha. When he was doing tapasya, Prajapati, to get the essence of all of that. Like कुछ भी पहले essence है उसको पानी मिला के बना like चाय पत्ता or essence. Mix the water milk, it becomes tea. A bija is an essence. So it in the land and add water, it becomes the plant. पहले essence होता है उसमें से सब आता है. So इनका लोक वेद व्याहृति have to be created later on. But creating uska hoga tabi when the raw material or the essence of that has to be invoked or gained. So it is like this. You can say Narayana from his Navi Kamala, the Brahmadeva came. Then Brahmadeva did tapasya. Narayana came. Then Brahmadeva asked, who am I and what is my job? Narayana told, you are Brahma, you are my own creative power. Your job is to create the world. Then Brahmadeva asked, how to create the world? What world I have to create? The world of Loka Veda and Deva Vyahruti. These are the four things which you have to create. What is required for creating them is their essence, Sara. And how to get that Sara? You do the tapasya. That's what Narayana told him and went away. Then the tapasya, when the Brahmadeva did as told by Narayana, the essence of the Lokadeva Veda Vyahruti came in the form of Omkar. Now remember, from the Om, when it got available to Brahmadeva, by again meditating or doing tapasya or contemplation of Om only, he could bring out or give out all the Vedas or the Lokas or the Devatas, all the Vyartis. This is how the essence we have to understand of this sentence. Again, I'll read it for you. Ki, लोक देव वेद व्याहृतिभ्यः सारिष्ठं जिगृक्षोः प्रजापतेः तपस्यतः ओंकारः सारिष्ठत्वेन प्रत्यभात् इति अर्थः. So as the Sara, the Omkara was the one which was revealed to him. Then that special capacity given by Narayan to Brahma, with which not only he did tapasya as a result of tapasya, not only he got the essence of all of them as Omkara, but from the Omkara as Alambana only, the Brahmadeva gave out Vedas. From the Omkara Alambana only, Brahmadeva made all the lokas. From that only, all devatas, Omkara only, he made all that. And these are all highly mystical ways how Brahmadeva did. If we know it, we become Brahmadeva. हमको सिर्फ इस जगह पे सिद्धांत पढ़ना है, मतलब the theoretical, how exactly he did tapasya and what Om revealed to him, and how from the Om, meditating on the Om, he created the Vedas, he created Lokas, he created the Devatas, he created the Vyahrutis. All that is very high level. How I can't say. What we can say as per Shankara Bhashya and the Purana is, this is how Om was revealed first out of tapasya for Brahmadeva. From the Omkara, which was the essence, Sarishtam. Sarishtam is Saram. Sarishtam is the best of the Sara. Most essential thing, essence. From that, the Vedas, Lokas, Devas, Vyahrutis are created. Clear. Amma. So, iti artha, pratyabad ityartha. Now, one more addition. Nahi nityasya omkarasya anjasa eva utpatti avakalpyate. Therefore, omkara, which is eternal, nitya, is not said to be created. It is always there. In that tapasya, omkara got revealed to Brahmadeva. That's called as Chandasam Rishabha Chandobhyo Adi Amrutat Sambhabhuva. It is ever eternally there, but then it got revealed to the Brahmadeva. So, after saying this, nahi nityasya omkarasya anjasa eva utpatti avakalpyate. Now, Om yaschandasam rishabha vishwarupah chandobhyah adi amrutat sambhavuvah. After this much is done, then saha evam bhutah omkarah indraha. That Omkara, now who is Indraha now? He is given the title of Indra. And what is the title Indrata indicates for the Omkara? Sarvakameshaha Parameshwaraha. Sarvakama Ishaha, he is the one who has capacity of fulfilling all kamanas of all jivas. And Parama Ishwaraha, supreme commandant of everyone. Commander of everyone. Parameshwaraha, now the Prarthana. In the earlier portion, the Mahima of the Omkara is explained. Now, having sung the Mahima of Omkara, through that making the Omkara propitiated, now the Om Bhagavan, let us say, is saying to us, "Ki batao kya chahiye?" Then we are putting in front of him, these are our desires, expectations. Omkara Upasana and Rama Krishna Upasana. Difference is, like the Rama and Krishna Upasana is like that shop where the salespersons are there, where you talk to them, they talk to you, then you give money, they give you the things and all. Or ye Pranava Upasana is like no salesperson are there, cost is there of the items, you put the money in that machine, the item will come to you, but it is working there. ओमकार कोई भगवान का ऐसे रूप नाम वाले भगवान का रूप नाम नहीं है. पर ब्रह्म जो निर्गुण निराकार with all the Shakti. His name, it is his form. But it works. Like nowadays, we don't contact any human beings. All our transactions are online. Omkara is online. Ramakrishna are offline. Remember what's happening here? Om Pranava Ucharana done with the Shraddha that is Parameshwara and Sarvakameshwara. With that faith, who is that Parameshwara Kameshwara? With what type of shape form he is there? Where is he seated? ये सब देवताओं के लिए होते हैं. Krishna and Rama, we make them sit on the Simhasanam. We do all Abhishekam Puja. Omkar का अभिषेक नहीं होता. And we do Avaranam Alankara to them, Chandan Kumkum. You can't do all that to Omkar. Om chanting and Om ke over faith that it is Sarvakameshwara, Parameshwara, that itself is Omkara Upasana. Even to Rama and Krishna, purpose of all these upasanas at the end of it is for what? Only to develop that faith that they are all powerful, they will listen to our prayer, they bless us. आप जब भगवान राम कृष्ण को चंदन हल्दी चढ़ाते हो या कुमकुम या मालाएं, all of that is only to create respect and reverence and faith in him. Then we pray to him, Lord, now I have done my puja to you. Hope you are satisfied and happy. Now these are my demands, requirements, requests, please bless me. ऐसा ही करते हैं ना. So in these upasana aspects have come later on the Purana Kala, because by the time the Purana Kala came, the distractions and doubts increased. They were to bring that single pointedness and faith, upasanas were given. In Veda Kala, they never had distractions or doubts. Therefore, for them, these in process of dhyayami, avayami, asana, sarpayami, padhyam, argyam, सब ये सब की जरूरत नहीं थी वहाँ. Here जरूरत है, because to create our concentration, devotion, because it is so much distracted. So straight away Om is given, and with full faith in the Om, they start chanting Om and they do the application there. कि हमको ये वो चाहिए, then from the Om it just comes. And they know it comes from the Om only. And Om is, later on we call him as Ishvara with Maya, Shakti and all. Clear? So little bit, if the thoroughness comes to us in our understanding, it becomes easier for us to differentiate between the meditation on the Nirguna Parabrahma and doing upasana to the Ishvara, whom we are here called as Sarveshwara, Karvakameshwara, Omkara. And Indra is name given. Samendro Medaya Sprunotu is the mantra under explanation now. Chandasam Rishabha Vishwarupa Chandobhya the Amrita Sambhabuva. Having this way praise the Omkara. Now we are asking Saha Indraha, that Omkara. What is the meaning of Indra in Vedanta, in the etymological Sanskrit? Not the Indra, the meaning of a Swarga Devata. The बाद में आया हो. The Swarga and the Devata, head of the Swarga is Indra. ये सब तो creation में बाद में हुआ ना. These mantras are much before that. So, Veda mantra. So, the Indra indicates, that is why he said, Sarva Kameshwaraha, Parameshwaraha, Saha Indraha. Now, who is Kameshwara, Parameshwara, Indraha? From our standpoint of later Pauranika Kala, the one who is given the Indra position to sit in the Indra Loka, and Parameshwara we call as Lord Shiva sit in the Kailasha, is up. But before this Kala, what was Indra? Omkar. Who is Parameshwara? Omkar. Who is Sarvakameshwara? Omkar. Om is the earlier Indra, Parameshwara, Kameshwara, Narayana, Vishnu, whatever, Lakshmi, Durga, पहले सब ओम थे. ओम ही बाद में इस तरह से रूप नाम दिए गए. No doubt should come in that. We are studying that only very clearly with the main mantra and Bhashya. So, Saha Indraha, Saha Sarvakameshwara, Saha Parameshwara, Saha Evam Bhutah Omkaraha, Indraha, Sarvakamesha, Parameshwara, Ma means Mam, Mujhe. Ma Samendro Sa Indraha Ma Medaya Smrunotu. Mendro is a word, Ma and Indro. We have to divide that as the two words. So Saha Indraha Ma Medaya Smrunotu. This is a sentence. We have to understand in our Bhasha. In the Chandasya Vedic Bhasha, Samendro Medaya Smrunotu. What is Samendro Medaya Smrunotu? Saha Indra Mam Medaya Smrunotu. Saha Indra means that Parameshwara Sarva Kameshwara. Okay? Then Ma means Mam Mujhe. Then the prayer comes now. Medaya Smrunotu. What is Medaya? Prajnaya. Sprunotu. What is Sprunotu? Prinayatu. Prinayatu means what? Balayatu. May him make me sprunotu. Sprunotu is equal to prinayatu. Prinayatu is equal to balayatu. Sprunotu immediate meaning is prinayatu. May he touch me and shower his love on me. That is sprunotu. And what is the touch and love? Balayatu. He may give me the bala, strength. What strength, what bala, what preeti, what touchu? Pragnaya. What is pragna? In the main mantra is medha. So, इंद्र भगवान मुझे मेधस देवे, ये सीधी बात. But medha is equal to prajna, sprunotu is equal to prinayatu, prinayatu is equal to balayatu. Means what? May I have the bala of prajna. The bala of prajna is the theoretical knowledge as well as the experience. And this mantra, therefore, is applicable for the Vedanta study and also for any Laukika study. For the Laukika study also, if you have the Medha Bala, Prajna Bala, then we will be thoroughly studying all those subjects. And those who have, they are the ones who are entering to such a deep details of every of the worldly science. They are all blessed with the Medha. Medhaya Sprunotu. They might have not taken the alaman of the Om directly, but the Om knows ki who is a scientist sitting for what inquiry or what discovery of scientific principle, and what is the honesty in him, what is the purity in him, what is the clarity of purpose for him. And nobody, no scientist discovers anything for himself, it's for the total. Not only that, when the total deserves that type of scientific inquiry or discovery has to come out, the totality of the Ishvara, the Narayana only does the prerana to reveal the science through some scientist. Like इस काल में इन उपनिषदों का सत्संग होना है. This is the need of the hour. So Lord will give somebody like me to prerana and somebody like you to prerana. So you are the listener, prerita, I am the speaker, prerita. Although it appears that I am the speaker and you are the listener with our individuality, but at the higher level, it is Ishvara's prerana only, which seeing the need of the hour, is it not? Sometimes the total or sometimes a group of jivas, then he gives the prompting for this to happen. In the same way, the Paramatma to all the scientists gives prerana to do the scientific investigation when in that world at that time for the totality some scientific truth has to be revealed. ये साइंटिस्ट लोग नहीं जानते. दे ऑलवेज इन द मूड ऑफ हमने एक पाने का सोचा, फॉर दैट हमको ये करने का मन हुआ, तो फिर हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट की है, देयरफॉर हमने उसको दे ऑल हैव द कॉपीराइट्स ऑफ देयर ओन. एट ए हायर लेवल, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू आर अलाइव. द लाइफ इज गिवन टू यू बाय द परमात्मा ओनली. Your thinking is happening in the intellect. In that Paramatma is not there. If not there, how can you think it? And you are investigating on the world. World already was there given by the Lord. In the world, you are trying to search out a scientific principle. You are searching out the principle, not that which is not there, which is already there. Is it not? But this principle they don't agree. Bhagavan doesn't bother. तुमको चाहिए, तुम कोशिश कर रहे हो, करो, मैं दे देता हूँ. Their pure intention and effort itself is prayer. Clear? And at the same time, the Lord needs that to happen. Lord makes it happen because the world needs that to happen at that time. थोड़ा सूक्ष्म विषय. I am telling the scientific principles also are result of the Omkara Pranava Upasana and Bhagavan's Krupa. Because it is Bhagavan's grace who gives the scientists that Medha Bala, Prajna Bala. That is our point. So too a poet, when he writes a poem, a writer writes a great... All of that. You see, Tulsidas has written so much. The Kalidas has written so much. उन सबको वो काम करने के लिए द प्रज्ञा भलम द मेधा होना कि नहीं, या और कोई भी किसी जीव ये मेधा प्रज्ञा अपना नहीं कह सकता. It has to come to him from the higher source. And who is the source of all? Narayana Parabrahma only. Who is Narayana? Omkara only. Therefore, the Omkara alone is the blesser or the one to bless with Prajna Medha to anybody in this world. And you and I also are requesting this Prajna Balam, the Medha Balam. Our purpose is to study the Vedanta Shastras and to do lot of contemplation on this till we reach the experience of the absolute truth. For us, the Meda is for this purpose. For others, the Medas is for different. A politician's Meda Shakti will work in bringing all the wonderful plans for the development of the standard of living of the Praja. Yesterday, that's what you can see the Sarameya again and again praising the Rama. Rama is Pragnavan, Dhishali, Maharaja, Sarvagna. So बोलता रहता है वो आज देखेंगे. So Om is Om Ucharita mantra. Yaha, that Om, Chandasam Rushabha, best among all Veda mantras. Om is a mantra. Vedas are in mantras. In Vedas, all mantras are there and Om mantra also is there. Among all mantras, Om mantra is like the Rushabha. And why is so? Vishwarupa. Why is Omkara is called Vrishabha? Because it is Vishwarupa. Why is Vishwarupa? Because Sarva Vag Vyapte. Entire world is in the Vani and all the Vani is in the Om. Therefore is Sarvarupa, therefore Rishabha. Chandasa. Chandobhya the Amrutat Sambhavuha ki for Brahmadeva the Omkara got revealed as the Sarishta Vastu when he wanted the Sarishta or essence of the Loka, Deva, Veda and Vyahuruti. Therefore, the Rishabhatvam of the Omkara is proved. That Urshavatva proved Omkara, now we are giving him one more name called as Indraha. And do you know what is the meaning of Indra? Is a Sarvakama Ishvaraha, then Parama Ishvaraha. Now we have understood Sarvakama Ishvara, Parama Ishvara, Indra Rupa, then Chandobhya Rishabha Rupaha, Hey Omkara. My salutations to you. Now I am asking you. So in this earlier portion, whatever the effort was put in, praising the Omkara as he is Sarvakameshwara or Parameshwara or Indra or is Rishabha, and he is the one who is come out of the Sarishtam of all that Brahma. These are all called Upasanas. In that time, Upasana was like that at that time. Like this time, we have the Upasana of Dhyayami, Avahami and all. After this also, after Pradakshina, we do Sashtangam and we ask what we want. That Kamana Vyaktikarana happens, which was done in the beginning also as Sankalp. And Sankalp में भी किस लिए आप पूजा कर रहे हो बोलना पड़ेगा भगवान को. Toward the end also while doing pranama, oh Lord, for this I have done this puja, I am sure you are happy, therefore bless me with this result. Here also the Pranava Mahima singing is done. Now from that Pranava, who is Indra, who is Ishwara, Parameshwara, who is the Sarvakameshwara, what is asked? Saha Indraha ma mam medaya pragnaya srunotu prinayatu balayatu. May that Omkara strengthen us. He is strengthening us alone, he is prinanam to us. That prinanam alone is prohayat. In what you want the strength, I want the strength in Medha. And what is Medha? The Prajna. Prajna means the theoretical and practical aspects of any knowledge is called Prajna. Like the theoretical knowledge about the electricity. Chance. Then they practically did it, then the electricity they could see. And that experimentation, that revelation, first time when it happened, it must be such a great miracle. Even now it's a miracle only, but every miracle after some practice is taken very light by us. Everything is miracle in the universe. The other day we told you, in our body, what is happening, the entire system is miracle. बाहर दुनिया में जो भी हो रहा है सब बियॉन्ड बुद्धि ही है. सब भगवान की जादू है, कृपा है. Anyway, our purpose is here, we are asking him, Medhaya Prunotu. Medha is the theory and practical. When that is applied in the outer worldly secrets are revealed. Same Medha Prajna is utilized for studying the Vedanta by the teachers teaching. That makes us understand the ultimate truth and its glory and gives us the practice as well as the experience finally. हमको मेधा चाहिए जिसमें प्रज्ञा है, जिसमें theoretical knowledge, practical application, experience, all the three. So Samendro Medhaya Sprunotu. Then among all the prayers and requirements, I believe this prayer for the Medha is most important and prominent and priority because the requirement wise also Medhas is important. Is it not to do any mistakes? Medas is required. To do the thing perfectly, Medas is required. Out of Prarabdha, if something good comes to us, how to make best use of it? Medas is required. Out of Prarabdha, something bad happens to us, how to negotiate, balance, or protect ourselves from it, or how to learn from it, how to use it. For that also, what is required? Always is Medas one. Therefore, the need of Medha. Medas is subtle. The expression of the Medas at the physical body level is called brain. The gray matter, white matter, whatever they call, I don't know all that language. These are all hardware. Through that expresses. So Saha Indraha Parameshwaraha Sarvakameshwaraha Mam Medaya Pragnaya Sprunotu Pranayatu Balayatu. So wonderful. See the Bhashyakara's Bhashya. If you study, we get all the idea. समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु मेधया प्रज्ञया स्पृणोतु प्रणयतु बलयतु वा therefore prajna balam hi prarthyate. So what is asked here? The prajna bala, the strength of prajna, the strength of wisdom is being sought to. Prajna balam hi prarthyate. That is a core, that's essence. Prajna balam hi prarthyate. Now samendra medya sprunotu, then the continuation of prayers. Not only Prajnavalam. Then the next prayers are, yesterday we saw our own meaning. Our meaning means without seeing the Bhasha, the meaning. Same thing is Bhasha only. Amritasya devadharano bhuyasam, shariram me jujashnam, jiva me madhumattama, karna abhyam bhuri vishtuvam. Vishnu. If four are the next prayers are done. Then again praise is done. Brahmana koshosi medaya vidya. Again one more prayer. Shrutam me gopaya. So almost in this mantra, 6 things are asked for. Medaya pranotu. Then shariram me visheshanam. Nahi. Medaya pranotu. Amritasya devadharana bhuyasam. 2. Shariram me visheshanam. 3. Jihva me madhamatma. 4. Karna Abhyam Bori Vishram 5. And the last one, Shrutame Gopaya. 6 beautiful prayers are done. Remember, in the difficulty of mind to tell you and your difficulty of listening, we are in a far period than the Veda period. The language which we are familiar with now, the language of that time are different. We are trying to explain to you the theme told that time in that language, in today's language, which we are familiar. That difficulty every time we have to understand, we have to struggle ourselves, me to explain to you with the suitable words, and you have to be also listening carefully. Finally, the essence I should be able to convey, essence you should be able to catch. So Bhagavan Shankara comes in between to serve, help us, to protect us, to guide us. His help is so much. अगर वो नहीं है बीच में हमको भाषा के द्वारा बताने के लिए हम बता नहीं सकते. Anybody in this country or world, whoever are talking on Upanishad, they are all based on Adi Shankar. आदि शंकर नहीं होते तो वेद मंत्र डायरेक्ट समझ में करने का शक्ति नहीं है इन इस टाइम के लोगों को. Vocabulary they don't understand. Then how can they understand without vocabulary what is the subject matter? Shankara Bhagwan's Krupa and the Acharya who came later on, who explained again Adi Shankara's Bhashya or who took his Bhashya as a basis and tried to develop the different things. So next meaning is Amritasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasam. So, hey Deva, O Lord, it's a vocative, Sambodhana. Bhuyasam, may I become. What? Dharanaha, the upholder of what? Amritasya. That's what the meaning we said yesterday. What Shankara Bhagavan says, let's see. Ki prajna balami prarthete, it is over. Amritasya means Amritatva hetu bhutasya means Brahma jnanasya. Why? Tad adhikarat. He Deva, dharanaha, dharayita bhuyasam bhaveyam. See, Amritasya Deva dharanaha bhuyasam. May I become. What I become? Dharanaha. What is the dharanaha? The adhikari Of what? Amrutatvasya. What is Amrutatva? Brahmajnanasya. Because Brahmajnana alone is the one which gives the immortality. So Amrutasya, Amrutatva Hetu Bhutasya. Amrutatva Hetu Bhutasya, to experience the immortality. Everyone wants to be immortal, eternal, unchanging, unbound, unmodified, undying. Ultimately, everybody wants to be Amruta. Undying, eternal, I want to be. In that only the bliss is experienced. Therefore, पहले हमको लंबा जीना है, अमृत रहना है. So, these three words, listen carefully. Amrutasya, then Amrutatva Hetu Bhutasya, then Brahma Jnanasya. Dharana Bhuyasam. May I become Dharana? What is meaning Dharana? Tad Adhikaritvat. May I become Adhikari. सो अमृत से धारण भूयासम, मतलब अमृतत्व को पकड़ने का मुझे वो जो अधिकारित्व दे दो. अमृत मीन्स अमृतत्व अनुभव को देने वाला. एंड व्हाट इज दैट अमृतत्व गिवर? ब्रह्म ज्ञान, विच इज द थीम ऑफ दिस उपनिषद. सो व्हाट इज टॉट इन उपनिषद? ब्रह्म ज्ञान. व्हाट इज द ब्रह्म ज्ञान? अमृतत्व से हेतु. व्हाई अमृतत्व? बिकॉज दैट इज द लक्ष्य. So amrutasya, amrutatva swarup, amrutatva हेतु भूतस्य ब्रह्म ज्ञानस्य तद अधिकारात. उसको मुझे उस ब्रह्म ज्ञान को पाने का अधिकार होना है मुझे. इसलिए हे देवा धारणः धारयिता भूयासम भवेयम. That is what is the beautiful meaning here. So let I have the medha. That medha gives me the adhikara. With that adhikara, I become the beholder of the Brahmajnana. That Brahmajnana is the hetu for the Amrutatva. Amrutatva is the laksha of me or any being. So, connection of both of the prayers Bhagavan Shankara has given us here. Om Samendro Medhaya Sprunotu Amrutasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasa. Like we said, Medha can be utilized for the worldly gains like a scientist and other people. Medha can be utilized for the moksha. Here, our purpose of studying Shastra is moksha. Moksha is Amrutattva Prapti. Amrutattva has a hetu. Hetu is Brahmajnana. Brahmajnana will not come to anybody. It will have an adhikari. And who is the adhikari? The one who has got prajna, medha. Therefore, give me the medhas. Give me the prajna, so that I become adhikari to study Brahmajnana as taught to me by my acharya. That Brahmajnana is the hetu cause for Amrutatva. Amrutatva is my lakshya. So, Samendro Medaya Smrnotu Amrutasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasam. ये भगवान आप मेधा दो ताकि मैं अमृतत्व को धारण करने का अधिकारी बन जाऊं. So therefore, it goes without saying after these many explanations that the Brahmanubhuti Amrutatva is prerequisites or requires priorly in beginning the Medha. Now we can explain for this for hours together, but one or two thoughts are this much. As we said now, if the consistent remembrance of the goal that Amrutatva and consistent remembrance of how to achieve that the goal through the contemplation meditation, if that is not there, if lot of distractions are there, we forget the goal only, then when will we pursue the means to reach the goal? To avoid all that and to remember all the goal and means and only walk on that, the capacity which is required for all of us all the time is called medha. That's why it was asked. Generally, medha means knowledge, medha means memory. Generally, particularly क्या है? You have to just put extra effort to understand. Extra effort क्या है कि भगवान हमेशा मुझे अपना गोल, अपने लक्ष्य को ही याद करने दो, ताकि मैं अपने लक्ष्य के लिए गोल को पाने के लिए उस मार्ग में ही रहूं. I should not get distracted. Why? Because let us come to a normal, common sense way of talking. Why we are worldly? Why we are samsari? Only two reasons. Either we don't know ultimate goal or we have forgotten. That's all, no? The one who is convinced about the ultimate goal logically, and the one who always remembers it, why will he go anywhere else? If you and I are today pursuing anything other than Paramatma as our goal, what is the basic cause for it? The world is giving me some sukha, some bhoga. It is a secondary reason, not the primary reason. The primary reason is the permanent sukha giving, a state of being is there. The knowledge about that, either we have not got it or for some reason we have forgotten. That not having that knowledge or forgetting that is called absence of medha. Therefore, the meaning of presence of medha is let me know the ultimate goal, let me remember that ultimate goal, obviously the path. May I stick to that only. So that when we are in the class now, this 1 hour we have Medas and Prajna. Because we are remembering our goal, we are trying to understand the path, we are putting little efforts to walk on the path. From this class till the next class, in between, we are pakka samsari. That time the Meda is gone. Now, what is sought here? Let me have Medha consistent, continuous. So that other than for survival, no other thing I involve in other than the path of Paramatma, which includes the study of Upanishad, contemplation, meditation, and all that. So here Medha, the goal it indicates, and Medha also tells the path required to follow. Path is this: Shravana from the Guru, doing the Manna Chintana, Nididhyasana. And to do that also, one part of Meda called as memory is required, that I have to do this. Second is all the knowledge of what to do also is required. So Medas has got all these three things. Medas is it tells us what is the ultimate goal. Medas is tells what are the steps to be involved as sadhana to reach to that. Third one is what? The Medas means making us consciously put those efforts. Theoretically जानना एक बात है, practically करवाना एक बात है. So all these three types of prajna we are asking. And how to understand it pakka, as we have just said, understand the opposite of prajna. What is the opposite of prajna? Paramatma as a goal, forgotten. Adhyatmic sadhana as a means, forgotten. Therefore, nothing of the Adhyatmic sadhana done. This is called absence of prajna. Then what are we doing? Anything you do, then why should we discuss about it? We discuss about main thing you are not doing. So anything you do is obviously samsara. Therefore, the karta in me doing some karma to get the karma phala. Or kar bhi raha hai, phala bhi aa raha hai, but he is in bondage. Therefore, give me the prajna. That's why he said prajna, meda. Meda means prajna, he said. That prajna, when it is connected with amrutastha deva dharana bhuyasam, the topic became complete. Give me the prajna, which becomes, makes me qualified for the dharana of the Brahma Jnana always, which is the hetu for amrutattva, which is the goal of everyone. One thing is what? The deepest desire of the heart of every being or our own self. What is that we must discover? Deepest desire is to be eternal, to be infinite, to be blissful. One word only is said in three forms. That which is eternal alone is infinite. That which is eternal and infinite alone is blissful. The eternality, infinitude can be called as Satchita, and blissfulness is called Ananda. Everyone deeply wants to have that Satchidananda Anubhuti only. सबका वही ख्वाहिश वही है डीप उसको पकड़ना है देन सच थिंग वेयर इज इट अवेलेबल that common sense question we should have. Then we say it is available only in the spiritual path. Spiritual path includes the goal to be intact in our mind about, then the sadhana to be done. ये सब के लिए हमको मेधा चाहिए ताकि we study it regularly, remember it and be on the path on. Medha Shakti, another example, just for understanding sake. You got it all by the time, by now I know it, but फिर भी मेरे खुशी के लिए. Like a boy who is given a project and in that office he is seated. In between he may go once, twice for tea, coffee and all. But remember, throughout the day, morning till evening, His attention is only on accomplishing that work, doing the work step by step to achieve the target. He'll not forget. A minute or two, he may attend a phone call, or he may have a tea or a cup of coffee. Maybe some pleasantry exchanges with others would be there. He will do, but always he knows today is this mark. I have to achieve it, and this is the goal. This is the means I have to do. Is it not? That's how he'll put the effort consistently, and he achieves it by the evening time. That's called prajna or medha. If he is devaluing that work, then doing something else and postponing this one, then he is devaluing or insulting the prajna there. Then his work would not be accomplished that way, that day. In the same way, in you and me, the prajna is what? Yeah, always understanding that the Amrita Swarupa Parabrahma is our goal, and the Amrita Tattva Parabrahma goal will become our Anubhava through the Upadhi or the means called as Brahmagnana. And Brahmagnana requires a qualification. The qualification is Dharana, and the Dharana Shakti comes to us through Prajna. Prajna called here as called Medha. So, Samendro Medhya Smranotu Amritasya Devadharana Bhuyasam. And in a pure, simple form, if it is to be explained, always I must be either the experiencer Brahma Tattva or I am the one who is putting effort to experience Brahma Tattva. Other than that, this all other thing is not required. May I not have that, and may I have only this. मुझे प्रज्ञा दो, मुझे अमृत का धारणा करनी है बस. That medhas, you give me prajna, by which I become the amrita dharana wala vyakti. And in between things are what? Why amritasya dharana? Because amritatva is a goal everybody is seeking. And then how your prajna or medha leads to that amritatva dharana? What is the in between, fill up the gap? That is called as brahmajnana. And where the brahmajnana given to you? By the class guru in the class through the Upanishad study. So amritasya devadharano amritasya amritatvahetubhutasya brahmajnanasya tadadhikaratu he deva dharanaha dharayita bhuyasam bhaveyam. I want amritatva. For that I have to do the amritatva dharana. For that I have to have the brahmajnana. For that I have to have the dharana. The dharana is called as medha. Please give me that too. Okay. Now, in the next mantra, some more. Kim cha. So, two things are asked. Medhya Aspranoto Amritasya Devadam. Then the next later things. Even to do, gain the prajna as blessed by the God and have the dharana shakti, use it for the brahmajnana, leading to the amritatva dharana, leading to amritatva anubhuti. Clear? What is before that is required? Avoidance of some problems or convenience of some of the upadhis. They are the sharira, jihva, all of them are also prayed. क्योंकि वो सब दिया पर इसमें गड़बड़ा है तो फिर हम वहाँ नहीं जा सकते. That is why in the next 4 prayers, शरीरम में विचर्षणम, see, जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा, देखो, कर्णाभ्याम भूरि विश्रुवम. These are the means for using the prajna shakti to gain the brahmajnana, which is become the amritatva hetu, which is our goal. गोल क्या है? अमृत. अमृतत्व हेतु क्या है? ब्रह्म ज्ञान. हाउ द ब्रह्म ज्ञान कम्स थ्रू धारणा. That is capacity. What is the capacity? Prajna. But that prajna, which is the cause for the dharana of the brahma jnana and amritattva hetu, is there only when these outer instruments are all also intact. Therefore, you can't neglect them. So, Guru Maharaj is giving brahma jnana and you all the brahma medha shakti all. But कान काम नहीं कर रहा है तो, or Guru told something, you have a doubt, you want to clear it. If the jihva is not working to ask the question, how will the Guru answer you? Is it not? कान ठीक है, जीवा ठीक है, सब ठीक है, लेकिन तबीयत उस दिन 104 टेम्परेचर है तो, पेट में दर्द है, सर में दर्द है तो. See, we have to transcend the upadhis to meditate and know the self. But before that, upadhis have to be intact and healthy. Otherwise, वो तंग करेंगे तो ऐसा ध्यान नहीं हो सकता. Now I tell you one thing. This is the completeness of understanding. Ki we know every thing's importance also, everything's in limitation also, and we should know how to use it what time. किसको कब यूज करना है. So देहेंद्र मनोबुद्धि आदि बंधन कारक उपाधिस. No doubt at one level of one angle of inquiry. But without देहेंद्र मनोबुद्धि, can we approach the Guru and Upanishad and Brahma Vidya? हो ही नहीं सकता. तो उस तरह से उसकी जरूरत है, इसलिए उसको मेंटेन करना है. Completeness is this. In this world, nothing is redundant. Everything is required. That's why Bhagavan kept it. But that thing has both pehlu of usefulness and uselessness. We should have the common sense to make use of it, not to misuse it to destroy ourselves. Like Shariram mein vicharsha, may body be healthy. This is the thing required. Then the healthy body can be used for the bhoga as well as healthy body is required for the yoga. Body being healthy is a goal we have to achieve. Then don't misuse it for the bhoga, use it for the yoga. This is how we have to know. All inclusive is Adhyatmic sadhana. Little bit we see tomorrow remaining. Shariram me vicharshanam dikhva me madhumattama karna abhyambori vishruvam brahmana koshosi medhaya pihitah shrutam me gopaya. These are the 5 beautiful sentences. One today we'll see, remaining tomorrow, and then total thought. Give some time, doesn't matter. समझ में आ जाए. ऐसे महामेधावी तो नहीं है हम कि एक बार बोल लिए तो सब समझ ले में. मेरे को भी बहुत मेहनत लग रहा है पूरे समझने को. आई वांट टू catch essence of all the mantras of Taittiriya. Therefore, slowly only we are studying. Shariram me. Shariram is body, need not be explained. Me means mama. Vicharshanam means vichakshanam, means yogyam iti etatu. Vicharshanam is vichakshanam. Vichakshanam is yogyam iti etat. May the body be in such a health and a strength condition that it becomes yogya, supportive for my pursuit of Brahma Vidya with my prajna which I got from the blessing of Omkara. Oh भगवान, प्रज्ञा तो दे दी आपने मेधा, अब थोड़ा शरीर का भी विचर्षण दे दो. Because without this I cannot achieve. So the body should be what? Yogyam. Such a wonderful word he used. Yes, so his body should be 7 feet height or 3 feet height. लंबा हो या छोटा हो या मोटे हो, तगड़े हो, पतला, दुबला हो, काला हो, गोरा हो. None of them. What is required is yogyam. See the beauty of that. We, instead of seeing yogyata, we go for all external decorations. That costs more, in fact. है कि नहीं? On the name of conveniences, etc., we go for sophistication, which makes it costly and time consuming also. क्योंकि जितना sophistication है कोई चीज में, कोई गड़बड़ हुआ तो उसको रिपेयर करने में इतना टेंशन होता है. What the body should be is yogya for sadhana. And then to understand it, you add everything. It should be healthy. It should be sufficiently having the stamina and the strongness. It should have the immunity. ये पूरा मिलकर योग्यम. So me shariram vicharshanam vichakshanam yogyam bhuya yogyam. Then shariram में vicharshanam कहकर छोड़ दिया ऋषि ने. Then Shankara Bhagavan will have to add the word bhuyato. इति प्रथम पुरुष विपरिणामः. तो भूया ऐड करके वी हैव टू से इट शुड बी फॉर मी. मे माय बॉडी बी विचर्षणम. मे शरीरम विचर्षणम भूयातु. लेट माय देह बी योग्य फॉर द साधना. ब्लेस मी. With this prayer, then the Omkara will give, who is the Ishvara or Indra, that common sense by which we keep our Brahma Vidya sadhana in the mind, and in line with that only we take the food of different types by which our sadhana is not disturbed. That common sense he will give. Like if you have to do meditation, you have to sit for 6, 7, 8 hours. And to 6, 7, 8, you have to sit, your body should be so healthy without any heaviness or fat. Now, the Omkara Bhagavan, when we pray to him, he will bless us with such a common sense. Tomorrow morning I have to meditate for these many hours. So tonight I'll eat very early and very less. So that thought he will give, as a result of which early morning got up so fresh. The body is never a comfortable any complaint or problem. Therefore, it has become yogya for doing my meditation. If too much is eaten, then so much sleepiness, you can't sit for. नहीं खाया तो भी कमजोर हो जाएंगे. He gives such common sense. Ki, other than food, that other aspects of non-working or stiffness are problems to my body. Therefore, let me try in morning 10 minutes of some pranayama, some yoga. The tips Bhagavan will give directly from within or from somewhere else, by doing which we make the body yogya for sadhana. So, what is my prayer? May shariram vicharshana. My body be yogya for sadhana. Then, for keeping the body fit and yogya for sadhana, whatever is to be done, we have to do. And the Lord will give that knowledge what to do, and he will make it convenience also for us to do. I mean, the one who does this prayer every day, he'll get up at 3:15, 10-15 minutes, he'll do some exercise, yoga, pranayam, makes his body yogya for his next journey of meditation, in which he is studying the Brahma Vidya and the Upanishads, and he is slowly having the hold on that Amritattva Swarupa. I am that every day. शरीरं मे विचर्षणं मे मम शरीरं विचर्षण विचक्षणं योग्यम भूयातु. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट वन. जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा. मे जिह्वा, my tongue be madhumattama, means madhumati, means अतिशयेन मधुरभाषिणी इति अर्थः. It should be extremely sweet speaking, that the people should feel like by verbatim they are desiring to note every word, listen every word, copy every word. इतना मीठा मैं बोलूं, मेरे एक एक अक्षर लोग उसको सुनना, याद रखना, लिखना चाहते हैं, ऐसा. जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा. देखो, मधु इज हनी, कोई मीठा है, पूरा कटोरी को भी रगड़ रगड़ निकाल निकाल खा लेते हैं. हनी, nobody just leaves like that, they will take. That's the meaning of honey, कि थोड़ा छोड़ा ही नहीं जाता, पूरा उसको चाट चाट कर खा लेते. इन द सेम वे माई टंग बी मधुमत्तमा, may speak so sweet. Is it not? No, it has lot of implications and all. Tomorrow we'll see that. Why that Madhumattama required to not have any fighting quarrel with the co-students, to convince the Guru to give us the knowledge in all our vyavahara, to avoid the problem. Only first thing we have to learn is Madhumattama Jihva. मीठा बोलो, है ना, मन का पाक होए और उनको शीतल लगे, आप ही शीतल होए. Without that basic thing, we create all gross subtle problems. How all that? Tomorrow we'll see. So today, यह छंदसाम वृषभः विश्वरूपः छंदोभ्यादि अमृतात् संभवः समेन्द्रो मेधिया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवदानो व्यासम शरीरमे विचर्षणम. These are the 7 things we thoroughly studied. Now it is your job again to take up the Bhashya and feel the meaning of it in your heart. मैं भी करता हूँ मेरा. ओम 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 ओम. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमर्षिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्यादृशिभ्यो आदिशंकरादृशिभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Your effort is to understand what I am saying. My effort is to make you understand what Shankara Bhagavan is saying. Shankara Bhagavan's effort is to make us understand what the Rishi is saying. Rishi's effort is to give us mukti through Brahma Vidya. Clear? कल हम देखेंगे आगे. ओम ओम ओम. या